everyone, someone Bart here, or you can just call me Sully. That's very fair. And today we're continuing with more Seuss's work of an elephant who holds a flower like a fork, and of the folks on the speck of that flower, and of the jungle creatures who stopped the elephant with all their power. Yes, it's the first adaptation before Blue Sky made their share, as it's made by Chuck Jones soon after he made The Grinch with care. With a nice cast, fine songs, and great animation too, it is the original Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who. It's the 15th of May in the jungle of Newell, as Horton the elephant bathes in a pool. But he hears a very small yelp from a speck that's in need of help. He saved the speck and placed it on a clover, but his troubles are far from over. As a kangaroo named Jane and her son Junior sees what's happening as Horton tries to convince her. He believes someone lives in the speck of dust, as Jane doesn't believe it and tells the other animals as a must. Yet someone does live down on the speck there, a Who named Dr. H. Hoovy, whom only Horton can hear. For Hoovy lives in Whoville and observes the stuff from outside his place. Yet all the folks in town think Hoovy's a big nutcase. They don't believe their world is on an elephant's nose, but Horton tries to prove it, as Jane tries to stop him before everyone knows. This special has plenty of good moments to go around. But then there are some moments that are a bit of a letdown. These moments aren't terrible by any means, they just don't work well for any screens. For as good as the animation is in this, the recycled animation is really a big miss. And it's not just from the special itself, but also from the Grinch, from Chuck Jones's shelf. It baffles me how similar they are in an inch, and the Wickersham brothers closely resemble the Grinch. And I don't believe it's in the same universe as the Christmas one, despite it made by the same crew with the same amount of fun. But if the animation has some things to admire, comparing it to the book is not one to inspire. From the changing of names to the rewritten narrations, why would Seuss make these many alterations? Having a scientist instead of a mayor, giving the kangaroo a name, what's there to bear? Yes, the Grinch has these same issues as well, but it goes with the narrative, and it all went swell. It all fits within the tone it creates, but the changes here felt likely all over the place. Yet it all does flow, and its pacing is a cinch, and based on the rumors, this Who is definitely not the Grinch. The songs for one are all quite fine, except the Wickersham chant, which has no rhyme. The birds have a gossip song on Horton Hearing a Who, which is just okay, but it goes on long too. And when a character has two different voices, it is really the oddest of choices. The citizens of Whoville get two songs to sing, one with them not believing in Hoovy, and the other with them believing in everything. Both are quite good, and even quite nice, and I'll say they're even worth the price. Dr. Hoovy has his own song to sing, getting the Who's to make noise as big as a cane. It's another good one, feeling epic and grand, but it doesn't top the music in the new one, which is the best in the land. But the Wickersham song, that's a favorite of mine. Like the Grinch's song, it's a real good time. The trio of apes blaming Horton for their causes, as they try to snatch the clover as Horton never pauses. There's even a song by the characters, and don't blink, that's to the tune of Star Spangled Banner, makes you think. That one is okay, and a really good sport. That's a sweet end for this wonderful short. But among the fun songs and the animation is a sight, it's not as great as Blue Sky's own epic delight. Sure, it has changes, and it is everywhere, but they made the tale better, and it's all fun and very fair. Jojo's the mayor's son, that's a great choice. Ladikoff as a vulture, that's a nice intimidating voice. It's epic, colorful, and amazing, there's no contest here, but the special alone is quite a good share. It may have its problems, and the Grinch is a better show, yet it's delightful throughout, so what's there to know? And the cast providing the voices are very well done, including some that are interesting and fun. Hans Conried voices the narrator, Horton, and Dr. Hoovy, and June Foray voices Jane Kangaroo, Mother Who, and Baby Who. Wow, groovy. Plus Chuck Jones voices Junior Kangaroo, Quizzle McQuoth, and Jojo, and Thor Ravenscroft voices a Wickersham. That's really oh so. For as a whole, this special is pretty good. The characters are wonderful, and the story is nice, as it should. The animation is very enjoyable, and the songs are just fine. Director Chuck Jones and Ben Washam have made a fun Seuss tale that's very divine. It's not as great as his Grinch short, for there's moments that I almost abort. Recycled animations and comparisons to Grinch, plus 1 or 2 songs didn't make me cinch. But outside of that, it is all very well, with all the other stuff that makes it very swell. I had a very good time with this, and all the fun it presented, but Blue Sky's take is the best it represented. It's among top 5 of favorite Seuss specials of mine, and being from Chuck Jones, it's a really good sign. And I hope to continue watching this, and I never felt bored. It's an underrated classic that I simply adored. So today, and it's my final verdict, this special gets the rating of 3.5 stars, and you heard it. So thank you for joining me today. Like, comment, subscribe, however you may. Follow me on Facebook or Twitter for more, and support me on Patreon if you're in store. And tune in next time for a new video. Until then, I'll see you soon, kiddo.